What's up, Railroaders? Welcome back to a new unboxing video on the channel. As you guys know by now, these are items that I intend to sell at my model train store. All the information to that is on screen right now. And something I've alluded to recently is that I need to get more N-scale items. A gentleman even left me a 1-star review, my only 1-star review, because I didn't have any N-scale stuff. So I'm here to change that. I've got a lot of N-scale stuff on the way, and hopefully this little collection here will help me be better stocked in N-scale, as I like to have all scales in stock if I can. But anyway, let's get past that and let's open this box and see what kind of N-scale items we're looking at. All right, this looks like a very well packaged little collection here. I've got high hopes for this, that nothing will be broken, just because the bubble wrap seems to have been applied really well here. That's not a great start right there. We'll start with this actually. So this is a Bachmann car, Baltimore and Ohio, covered hopper. Really nice looking little Bachmann car. You know, the Bachmann N-scale stuff from, you know, maybe before like 2000 is a little bit hit or miss. And I'm assuming this is probably from that time period. Looks really solid though. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of coupler for N-scale. I prefer the knuckle coupler, but that's a good looking car. And I do love the B&O Railroad. Okay, this actually looks like it might be an easy fix that we might even just be able to do on screen right now. Yeah, that's not actually a big deal. So here's a little bit of a bulkhead flatbed, undecorated too, which is interesting. So somebody can go put their own road name on this. Can't see a brand. Oh, Atlas. Okay, I see our brand on there. And this is very neat. I've never gotten an undecorated car in N-scale, so that's very cool. That's definitely something new. N-scale in general, I'm less versed in. I never was like a huge N-scale collector as much as I was HO&O growing up. Here is another B&O car, a really cool auto parts box car here. Again, oh, it's actually Atlas. I was gonna think this is Bachmann, but this is actually an Atlas car here. Looks pretty great, to be honest. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that. Again, not a huge fan of that kind of coupler for N-scale. I like the knuckles more, but that's not bad at all. Here's something that's gonna go with another item in this lot. This is part of one of the old school, kind of like Wild West 440 Bachmann sets. I might have just spoiled something else that's in here saying that, but this is a nice little car. Yeah, this is actually pretty well detailed for a Bachmann starter set car. I've always liked their kind of like Wild West, old-timey, you know, late 1800s sort of sets, whatever you want to call them. And speaking of which, I think that what's in this little bag right here might kind of go with that, and that's actually exactly what's inside of here. This is, believe it or not, only like the second or third N-scale steam engine that I've had in the store. Actually, I think I've had a handful. I think I've had maybe 4 or 5, but definitely have not had this little guy. And this is such an adorable little engine. The detail on this is really, really nice, actually. This is a Bachmann Jupiter, obviously a 440, one of the ones similar to what would have been at the Golden Spike. That's really nice, actually. I've never held one of these Bachmann 440s up close and never really gotten to have a good look at it. It was actually a really, really nice engine. Absolutely tiny, too. I mean, it's one of the smallest N-scale steam engines I've seen, but it's actually really, really well detailed too. So that's great. I'm very happy about that. Here's another piece that could go with it very well. I believe this is going to be an Atlas car, and this is another kind of, you know, more old school baggage car sort of situation here. Again, really nice, and I believe that's also, you know, technically an undecorated car, so somebody can make a really nice little RPO out of that. All right, up next we have some items in their original boxes, and up first we'll grab this nice 2-pack here of Erie Lackawanna covered hoppers. These have the kind of coupler that I just mentioned earlier that I prefer on N-scale items, and these look great. Yeah, I'm really happy with those. I don't think that's like the highest end coupler because it doesn't have the brake line, but I do prefer that kind of coupler. Anything Kato is gonna be great. Kato. Let me know in the comments how you say it. I always said Kato, but I guess Kato is the correct term. But yeah, I'm really, really happy about this. This lot's been great so far. After all these duds of things just getting broken and destroyed on their way here, I'm really happy to have something where everything showed up in, you know, perfect condition. Here is yet another B&O piece. This one, I don't really see a brand on here. I'm not sure. It just says fine N-scale product. I don't think that's the brand though. And this also looks like it wasn't always the box that this car went in, but that's a really, really nice looking B&O bay window caboose right there. Judging by the brown wheels, I think this is an Atlas car. I think that's who usually had the brown wheels on these little N-scale cars. But again, there's no brand name on there. But it does look really nice. N-scale cabooses, again, I don't really always get a whole lot of. So happy to change that. Happy to get something new in the store. Here is something I've had many of in the store before and in all scales. But this is the just totally classic model power Texaco tank car. The Texaco tank car in general is just one of like the super classic, super common, you know, well-produced, borderline oversaturated freight car styles, but I know it's well-loved, and I've had quite a few come to the store. I'm happy to have yet another one on my shelves. Here is a car by Micro Trains, a brand that we looked at very recently. This one looks fantastic. Really nice Rio Grande car. Got those nicer couplers I was talking about with the brake line. And that's a really sharp little car there. Anything Rio Grande is always cool. Love the orange and silver paint scheme. We got a lot of that stuff in a recent video, and happy to expand the Rio Grande stock for sure. We've got just one last item in here, and it's a pretty cool looking one. This is a Conrail flatbed. Got a gentleman I know that used to work for Conrail, and he's gonna be very excited about this, but this is a Conrail trailer flatbed. Believe it's a Bachmann car. Looks fantastic with the American President lines Herald on there. What a sharp looking car. That's a great way to end this lot. I'm really happy with this. Nothing broke in, everything arrived perfectly. Let me know what your favorite piece in this lot was, and everything you saw on screen will be available in my train store. In the meantime though, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.